expecting to do the traditional hatha asanas, like downward dog and all that stuff, this probably isn't for you, or maybe this is a perfect opportunity for you to try something different like Kundalini yoga, but this is not that type of yoga. This is the yoga of awareness. It's not a recipe in your live video. Oh, first time, cool. So I don't really do lives very often, so if I don't see what you're writing, it's not because I'm ignoring you, it's because I usually do videos and record them and then edit them, and I'm not used to seeing this like interaction, which is really cool. So yeah, this yoga called Kundalini yoga is thousands and thousands of years old. I think it's like over 1,000 years old, and it was only taught to really, really rich, like the royalty back then. And Yogi Bhajan brought this yoga to the West, to America, I believe in the 60s or 70s. And women also weren't allowed to learn this yoga, and he specifically wanted to bring this technology to women because he felt that women had the power to bring the feminine balance back to humanity. So even though I just said that, I hope that men join this as well, because men also have feminine energy, and we need to balance all this masculine with the feminine. So for those of you who have just joined us, I just mentioned that this is not like, I'm not going to make you do downward dog. I'm not going to make you do warrior two. This is the yoga of awareness. We're going to be using mantras. We're going to be using body locks and transmuting our energy from fear to abundance to strength. We're going to strengthen our nervous system. And it's definitely, if you've never done this before, it's definitely going to be weird. When I first did Kundalini yoga about 20 years ago, I thought it was a cult and I thought it was fucking weird. But once I understood about energy and about this type of yoga, I became obsessed. Like, I just love that it strengthens your nervous system, your immunity. And the Kriya that we're going to do today is actually for disease resistance and to help you move the fear out of your root chakra up. So we're transmuting energy. So for those of you who have never done Kundalini yoga, all I ask is for you to be open-minded. I can't hear you, nobody can hear you, you can just see me, so chant as loud as you can, vibrate the cosmos, try to follow along as much as you can. And this is the beauty of technology, right? Like, nobody can see how weird you're getting, okay? So we start every Kundalini yoga class by tuning in. And I said this in the last video. We chant Om Namo Gurudev Namo 3 times. And it's to tune into that higher vibrational frequency, whatever that means to you. God, the universe, spirit, the inner, like, divine intelligence that connects us all. So we're asking for that to awaken within us, and also the lineages of teachers that have been before us, and to really tap into that intelligence that's going to support us in this practice. So let's sit in easy pose, which is just like your legs crossed like this. And close your eyes. Now just feel your body grounding down to earth. It's supporting you. And just, let's just take a sigh of relief that we're here, that we're alive, that we're healthy. And again, if you don't know the words, you can just listen to my vibration. You could just listen to my words. But to repeat it, it's Ong Namo Gurudev Namo. So let's rub our palms together to activate our energy. And put this prayer mudra into your heart center. Let's take a deep inhale from our diaphragm. Suspend the breath. And exhale. Now we're going to inhale to start. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Now we're going to do the Adgure Name 3 times for protection, because we all really need that right now. Adgure Name, Juga Gure Name, Sat Gure Name, Sri Gurudev Name. Adgure Name, Juga Gure Name, Sat Gure Name, Sri Gurudev Name. Adgure Name, Juga Gure Name, Sat Gure Name, Sri Gurudev Name. Okay, so I'm going to teach you breath of fire. If you already know how to do it, you can just sit tight for a second. So I read a couple of Chinese medicine articles and have listened to a lot of Chinese medicine doctors and herbologists on podcast. And the thing that they all said was that this disease is harder to infect your body when your body has like a warm constitution. So in Ayurveda, if you know, there's warming foods, and I happen to be a pitta, so my body is already warm. But things like ginger and cardamom and the warming foods, and making sure that you eat warm foods, and also to make your body have heat, is going to fight off this virus or fight off disease easier. So I thought breath of fire is like the perfect opportunity, because I do breath of fire almost every day to ignite the fire within. And especially since it's still technically winter here in New York, there's like 3 days left until spring, but it's cold outside and it's kind of like doomsday gloom here. So breath of fire is a great practice to also pump energy to your solar plexus, and your solar plexus is all about the will, right? The will to live, the confidence. So women on their moon cycle and pregnant women, my sisters, please do not do this practice. That's too much energy for your body right now. Just take deep, long breaths through your diaphragm. For the rest of us, it's just pumping of your navel point. So it looks like forceful exhalations, but it's actually the inhale comes like automatically. So it looks like this. And when people just start doing this practice, they get dizzy. And if you get really, really dizzy, just stop and then try again. But I highly recommend this to pump some fire into our bodies right now. And like with everything in life, I think you know your body the most. So I'm not going to push you. I'm not going to say do everything. Take it easy. Do what you can. And yeah, so we're going to do this for like 1 minute. And then I'm going to show you the ego eradicator, which you do the breath of fire with that practice. So I will keep track of the time. And all you have to do is like put your hands on your knees while we do the breath of fire. Okay, and begin. Take a deep inhale, suspend the breath, and exhale. Woo! Okay, so the ego eradicator, it is something that I've been teaching a lot because to me, we have two of us. We have our higher self, our soul, the all-knowing, the part of us that is infinite, the part of us that doesn't have a beginning or an end, the part of us that lives on beyond our bodies. It's the thing that knows, it's the thing that just knows, right? The higher intelligence. And then we have our ego, which we need our ego. We need a certain amount of protection and safety and fear to protect us. And I think that a certain amount of fear is healthy because now we're taking precautions to socially distance ourselves, to not go outside, not put other people in danger. And it's important to have this primal instinct, this emotion. But when it gets in the way of our everyday lives, when it gets in the way of us living out our dreams, that's when we want to quiet our ego and say, it's okay, like everything's gonna be okay, because there is a part of us, the human side of us, that wants to protect us from expansion. And it's only there to keep us small and to not live out our dreams. That's how I kind of like to look at it. So I do this ego eradicator when I'm starting to feel like a little bit of fear, you know, when like right now teaching, normally I do this practice by myself, and you know, I do my own thing, and then offering this gift to people is like, at first my ego is like, do I even know what I'm doing? Am I a good enough teacher? Everyone's gonna think I'm weird. That's your ego talking. So if you want to quiet that part of yourself, please do this practice. So the mudra is you're going to put your fingers in like the palm, like curl them in like this, and your thumbs go up. Your thumbs are your ego. and put your arms at a 60-degree angle. I think this is 60 degrees. And you're gonna close your eyes, focus on the third eye point here. And then you're gonna do breath of fire. So it's gonna look like this. Again, women on their moon cycle and pregnant women, please just do the deep breaths. And we're going to do this for 2 minutes. And if you start getting dizzy or you can't, try to bring your arms like this, but don't release the mudra, because it's important to keep this energetic, energetic thing going on with your arms. So try not to release the mudra, just bring it here and continue with the breath as much as you can. What is this called? Ego eradicator. Yes, it's called the ego eradicator, to help us with our fears, to balance our nervous system. It's to help also open the lungs, which this virus affects the lungs, and it helps to consolidate our electromagnetic field and bring our brain hemispheres to balance. So hopefully that answers your questions. Okay, let me just set the timer. Before we move on, does anybody else have any questions? No? Okay, cool. Okay, begin. Less than a minute to go. Okay, inhale, put your thumbs together. Suspend the breath. And exhale. I don't know about you, but I'm sweating. Whew. Hi everyone that's just joined. Okay, we're gonna do one warm-up thing before we get into our Kriya. So everyone knows in the Hatha Yoga cat-cow, but we do this in Kundalini Yoga to warm up our spine and to open up our pineal gland, open up our third eye. So we're gonna do this for 1 minute. And this always makes me really dizzy. So if this makes you dizzy, take it slow. I take it slow. So it looks kind of like this. But you're really supposed to do it fast, like this. But it always makes me dizzy because it's literally like opening up your third eye right here. But again, try to do your best. But it is really good to open up the chakras and open up your spine and to open up your, activate your pineal gland, which is your third eye. Okay, oh, let me put on some fun music while we do this. Okay. Okay, begin. Inhale, look up. Exhale. Okay. Oh my God, I'm sweating. Oh. Okay. Now we're actually going to go into our Kriya. For those of you who have just joined, we're doing a Kriya to fight disease, build our immunity. And the reason why I picked this Kriya is because there is a bandha in it. And what a bandha is it's called a lock. And that's why I love Kundalini Yoga so much, because we use body locks to release energy, to flow the energy from our root chakra all the way up our chakra. So if you've been following along with me for the past couple of, I guess, months now, I went through each of the chakras. So our first chakra is the root chakra, and in Sanskrit it's called Muladhara. And so this bandha is called the mulbandh. And what it is you tighten your sexual organs, like all the stuff that's down here. So for men, it's the perineum. Didn't think I was going to say perineum at 10, 11, 25 a.m. And for women, it is your Kegels. So women, I know most of us, we were taught to practice this, right? So when I say to do the mulbandh, you're going to constrict and almost like suck in all of your sexual organs and the organs in your perineum and your, I'm going like this is in your in the Kegels. So do it now. I mean, I can't really show you this. I can only tell you what it feels like. You're literally like constricting those muscles, and then release, and then constrict and release. And so when your root chakra or any of your chakras are unbalanced, how that kind of manifests is these energetic knots. And bandhas are used to release these knots and to transmute the energy from, the lower chakras all the way up. So fear, which a lot of us are feeling, is in our root chakra. It's our safety. It's not feeling grounded, not feeling rooted. And we practice mulbandh to transmute that fear up through our chakras to the higher chakras. So this first exercise in this Kriya is the first chakra exercise. And it promotes calmness, really, and it helps you feel rooted, and it releases all that, I guess, stagnant energy down there. Sorry I keep going like this. I don't know why I keep doing that. Down here. And so what we're going to do is we're going to stay in easy pose, and the mudra is we're going to interlace our fingers and bring our thumbs together, and they're going to sit in our lap like this. And the mantra, which might be triggering for some of you, but is God and me and God are one. Now, let me explain about this word God that is very triggering for a lot of people. For me, God is not a person. He is not a he. God is not even a human being in my perspective. God is, you can't even like put a word to God. God is such a powerful force of energy, and it's the energy that literally connects us all. A lot of people don't like that word. They like the universe, they like spirit, or the force. But to me, God is not a person. I'm not like bowing down to a man. I'm not bowing down to a human being. He's not at the pearly gates of heaven with a list. He's not here to judge us. He's not here to tell us that we're good or bad. God is universal love to me. So I know this word is weird for some of you, but that is the mantra. So we're going to, every time we repeat the mantra, we're going to pull up in the mulbandh lock and then release it. And then we're going to keep doing that in cycles while we repeat the mantra. So right now, I'm going to pull up my mulbandh and repeat the mantra. God and me and God are one. This is really to show you how infinite you are, and that you are connected to source energy. We all are. And we're going to do this for 3 minutes. So we're going to start. God and me and God are one. 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 God are one. God and me and 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 God are one. Okay, you can release. Okay, let's go to the second one. Now this is the stomach pump, and I was saying your navel point is your solar plexus. And this is going to be a really great exercise for you if you feel like you're not confident, or you feel a little hopeless, or like kind of like disempowered, right? Your solar plexus is where you have your fire. So for this one, this is going to build our endurance, our strength, and we're going to keep sitting in easy pose. But now we're going to put our mudra in Gyan Mudra. That's thumb and our Jupiter finger together, and our hands are splayed out like this on our knees. We're going to inhale deeply and exhale slowly. And then when you hold out the breath, you're going to pump your stomach. So it's going to look like this. And then when you're out of breath, you start that again. And we're going to do this for 3 minutes. Does anybody have any questions before we move on? Okay. Also, another thing I get asked a lot, like, what are you supposed to think about when you do these practices? Trust me, my mind goes all over the place too. You focus on your third eye point and you focus on your breath as much as you can. And just focus on the energy going to your stomach. Okay, let's get started. So this, like, you could go at your own pace. And I'll play some music. Why? Because why not? Remember Gyan Mudra? then next is our heart helper, this is called. This exercise strengthens the heart and increases circulation. So we're going to stay in easy pose, and we're going to bring the left arm, and our left arm is our feminine side, and we're going to bring it in the back of, but facing up. Wow! So it's going to look like this. Okay. It's going to face, the palm is going to face away like this. And you're going to inhale and exhale deeply, applying the mulbandh, which I showed you in the first exercise. And for those of you who have just joined, the mulbandh is constricting your sex organs, and it's a root lock. It's called for your first chakra. So as you inhale and you exhale, you're going to hold the breath out as long as you can, and then you apply the mulbandh, and then exhale. So we're going to keep doing this cycle for 3 minutes at your own pace. So it's going to look like this. I mean, I can't really show you, but I'll like gesture. So it's going to look like this. With your arm like back here again. Okay. With your other hand, you could put it in Gyan Mudra on your knee. And just focus on the third eye point and meditate. Go into your place that you not escape to, but your own peace, your own oasis, your own paradise. So 3 minutes. You can do this. We're almost done. Okay. you can release your arm. Oh. Oh. How is everyone feeling so far? Okay, now is the last part of this Kriya, and it's the meditation part. And we're going to sit still for 3 minutes, and you're just going to feel all the energy that you just created and released and transmuted, and try for the best you can to meditate. And I don't know if most of you have a practice, but I am holding the space for you to do it now. And yeah, so here we go. So it's for 3 minutes, and begin. Just feel into your body where you feel different than when you started. Do you feel lighter? Do you feel like the energy has moved up? Do you feel any resistance in your body? So that is the end of the Kriya, and we end every Kundalini class with singing Long Time Sun. I shared this song the other day, that it makes me feel really good listening to it, and then we close with a Satnam. So if you don't know the words, it's okay, just listen, close your eyes, and this is by White Sun on my Spotify. So let's bring our hands to prayer mudra at our heart center. Let's just be grateful that we're here today.
May the long and time sun shine upon you. All of love surround you and the pure light within you. Guide your way on, guide your way on. May the long time sunshine upon you. All of love surround you and the pure light within you. Guide your way on, guide your way on. May the long time sunshine upon you. All of love surround you and the pure light within you. Guide your way on, guide your way, guide your way on,
Okay, we're gonna end with one long sat and one short nam. Sat nam means truth is my identity. Inhale. Sat nam. Sat nam. Okay, so we're almost at the end. Before I close, does anybody have any questions about what we just did? If not, then thank you for practicing with me, and I have to stretch out my arms. What I'll do after my Kundalini practice is I thought there would be enough time to do this, a virtual dance party, but I think it's gonna shut off on me pretty quickly, is to move my body, because we just moved a lot of energy and we moved a lot of your subtle body, your energetic body. So it's important to move, like do some movement, let all of that out, and yeah, just remember that you are more powerful than you think you are. Our bodies are resilient. We have a lot of power within us that we can unleash. So don't feel like you can't get through this, because we can all get through it together. Sorry for all of you who just joined. I'm almost this is almost finished, but hi. So thank you again for tuning in and practicing with me, and Sat Nam, everyone.